When little Effiong was growing up, he never truly felt the love of his family. He never truly felt what love really was for a child. He grew up living his whole life, seeing how dogs and cats were admired and loved and cherished. So, he wished he was a cat so that people can love him. You see, the problem is not the cat, and the problem is not Effiong, but the problem is love. A lot of people go through life feeling the emptiness within, so it affects what they feel like identifying with. Today, on this channel, we are going to be talking about identity crisis. Hi, my name is Likethe. I'm the rich son of a classroom teacher, and today I want to talk to you about identity crisis. What do you identify with? I know you have a life. We all have lives to live. But what do you identify with? What is truly your identity? You see, we live in a world where people identify as cats, as dogs, as bingos, as whatsoever. But the problem is, I do not have a problem with what people identify with, because people always identify with the part of them that they feel is missing in the real life. People have problems dealing with things from the past, so they get to just identify and find something that maybe makes sense or makes meaning to them. Effiong wouldn't have identified as maybe a cat or a dog or whatsoever if he felt the need, if he felt the love of family, if he felt just that compassion where people will love him for who he was, where people will accept him. All he needed was just someone to tell him he was a great guy. All he needed was the family to welcome him, to openly accept his kind of person and just accept him to be who he was. Identity crisis is a problem that we have in our society today. You see people who have grown up, who have lived their whole life, and then they still don't know who they really are within. They still battle. I mean, when I was growing up, I thought I was this, I thought I was that, but no, I'm not, I'm me. I can't identify as someone else just because every other person is doing it. I'm not saying I haven't been there before. Yeah, there was a time I thought maybe I was an engineer, but no, I wasn't an engineer. I felt, okay, fine, I'm identifying as a doctor. No, but I'm not a doctor. I felt maybe I should be this, I should be that, but no. All of those things stem from the fact that I was never truly accepted from who I am. And now I've accepted myself. I know who I am. I know what I should identify as. And now, guess what? I identify as Likethe because this is who I am. This is my reality. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take for me to achieve what I want. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take for me to be who I truly feel I should be. But this is me. This is my reality. And this is Likethe. I will not for any reason go to identify as a cat or as a goat or as a bingo or as whatsoever just because I want to make people happy, just because I want to belong. Yes, I've felt that before. Yes, I've been there before. It only stems from the strong need and the emptiness from within. No, don't let life happen to you. Don't let anybody do that to you. When you're choosing something to identify with, when people identify as something, they try to satisfy an inner need. It is simply because they have an inner need that has not yet been satisfied. What can cause identity crisis? Why can't we just be born and then we live our lives and just have an identity given to us from the day we were born? Why can't we just be like every other person out there who is living happily, who is just happy about who they are? I mean, there are a lot of reasons why people have identity crisis. You see, most people even have identity crisis and they don't know, or maybe they just don't want to accept that they have identity crisis. You can be the victim of identity crisis. I've been a victim of identity crisis. I've seen people around me who have been victims of identity crisis, but we never truly talk about it. No, it's a taboo to talk about things that will make us feel less human, make us feel less important, make us feel like we are vulnerable. But how about you look out for these signs? Are you constantly questioning your character? Are you constantly questioning who you are? I mean, yesterday I thought I couldn't steal, but I did. today I just became another person because I was here. No, I'm zero alcohol. I don't drink, I don't smoke, but I just finished my last 2 shots of whiskey. No, I don't smoke. I hate smoking, but within friends I'm vaping. Come on. There's certain things you see in yourself and then you start questioning your identity. Are you constantly anxious? You just feel like I'm breathless. You're losing your mind. You just can't think straight because you are right there. That's the situation where life has placed you. That's the situation where you've seen yourself and you are so anxious of what tomorrow is going to look like. You don't even know who you used to be before that moment. You may just likely be suffering from identity crisis. You are questioning your purpose in life. You are questioning your passion. The things you used to love, you no more feel like doing them. The things you felt you love, you just question and ask yourself, am I truly this person that loves this thing? Or am I just wasting my time around it? Identity crisis. In business, you just want to be like that person, you want to be like this person, you're all over the place. You don't even know who you are. It might just be time you go check again. You might be having identity crisis. But is that all? Could that be all that there is to life, that I will just have identity crisis and not see a way out? Nah. Don't live your life depressed. Don't allow the world to decide for you. Don't allow the situation to decide for you. You can snap out of it. Now, it's not going to be that easy. It's not a movie. It's not a movie where people just say, no, it's a dream, and I'm going to wake up from this. No, it's not Hollywood, it's not Bollywood, it's not Nollywood. She just graduated from the university. She was top of her class, she was top of her game. She thought she had it all figured out. But for 3 months straight, she has been at home. No job, no hope, no income. The family is putting pressure on her. The family is telling her how much the other people have gotten jobs, and yet she's just useless. And he has just started it. He just got married, and in 2 months' time, in 3 months' time, a year has passed. No sibling, no body's coming to tell them, hello, how are you doing? How is the family doing? Just because they don't have a child. And they start questioning, am I really in the right relationship? Am I really with the right person? Who am I really in this life? Am I really valued? Am I really... Life is hard. But of all the hard things that can happen to you in life, don't let identity crisis be a part of it. You see, when people lose their passion in life, when people lose the flame inside them, when people lose their fire, they have anxiety, they question their purpose on earth, you just keep seeing yourself in that situation where you alter your values just to fit other people in. You might just be suffering from identity crisis. And are you alone? No, you're not. I have been there. I mean, for a person who graduated from the university, I never really had a bad degree. I graduated with a 2-1, but yet I had to stay at home for about 2 years without being posted for NYSC. For those who are not from Nigeria, NYSC is a scheme where it's a compulsory scheme for all graduates of Nigeria, of Nigerian universities or Nigerian tertiary institutions. I have been there. During this period of my life, I questioned who I was because my family was mounting so much pressure on me. They thought I was the black sheep of the family. I didn't even know who I was anymore. I tried alcohol, I tried a whole lot of other stuff just to cope, as a coping mechanism, just to fit in, just to find myself to be there. And hell yeah, anybody can be there. I do not personally hold it against you that you're finding yourself doing even the things you don't like to do because you don't even know who you are anymore. I mean, you've lost touch with reality or with what can be or what is going to be or the possibility of a good life in the future. It happens, and you are not alone. Please reach out for help. Reach out for help. Don't die in silence. Just a few weeks ago, my foster sister took her life because she couldn't identify who she was. and I still feel sad about it. So what are you doing? I tell people in my business community that beyond money, if all what you live for in life is just making money and doing this, if anything alters your life, life will be hard. Life will be tough. If you do not have any other thing you're doing apart from money or chasing money, if anything alters that, life will be unbearable. So beyond money, find something else. Find something that gives you happiness beyond who you are right now, beyond the current things you're doing, beyond your job, beyond your business, or beyond whatsoever. And who can suffer identity crisis? Who can be that person that is having those mood changes, those low energy, low motivation moments where they don't even know who they used to be, where they are having thoughts of death, where they are feeling, does God really exist? Where they are thinking, does God really care about us? Where they are feeling, do people actually really care? Or am I just wasting my time here being another science experiment from heaven or maybe from angels that are just messing around with us? Who can be a victim? Identity crisis can set in different points of our lives. It can set in maybe when we are just graduating from the university or from high school. I see a lot of students who were good students in secondary school or high school graduating and they're having identity crisis, especially here in Nigeria, where we have to go through a very annoying scheme called JAM. You tried the first year to write the exams, boom, JAM. Try the second way, boom. In Nigeria, we'll say, "You don't jam you." I said, "Go try jam. I said, go talk for free." But this is it. There is hope for whosoever is going through this. I mean, most people get married. It can happen to you when you are just getting married. It can happen to you when you are becoming a parent. It can happen to you when you are just starting a job. You can land your dream job, and then identity crisis will set in. Most times, identity crisis sets in when you've had your dream job, you've had your dream life, and you are just retiring. I mean, at this point, people will want to say you've lived a fulfilled life. But yes, identity crisis can set in and you'll still be depressed. Identity crisis can set in when you thought your life was all figured out until that big medical condition, that big accident that maybe took away a limb or gave you a particular disability. No, I'm not praying for that. I'm not praying that should be your portion. But then, this is life. Everything is possible. I mean, what if it just happens? Are you going to kill yourself? No. But identity crisis can set in. The good news is, you are not alone. No, be only you they go through. We are in this together. You have a friend like me who has been there, and I'm telling you that if I got out of my own identity crisis, I mean, no, don't come for my neck in the comment section. Don't even come for me. I'm saying that it is a continuous process. It's a process that you keep doing your whole life. I mean, you can think that you have it all figured out right now, and then tomorrow, boom. You're wondering if you're still that person who lived a very happy life yesterday. Are you going through identity crisis? If you need to talk to someone, please talk to someone. If you need to call a friend, please call a friend. Drop your pipe. Ask for help. I'm your friend, Ukobo Apan. I'm the rich son of a classroom teacher, and I like to call myself the small business doctor. If you're here in this channel and you're new here, like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I'll keep bringing you content like this. Hey, I understand. I never thought I'll be doing YouTube, but here we are. We're doing YouTube. I never thought I'll be creating contents for people, but here we are. This is truly who I am because I find happiness, I find satisfaction doing this. Like, share, and subscribe, and in the next episode of this video, we'll talk about so many things that you can do to escape identity crisis. Don't be like me. I suffered. Don't be like me. You can do better. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.